John, had a productive week, you would hope, after a pretty good start to the season. What have you been working on this week with the players?
I'm just looking at things that we feel as though we could do better in the Colchester game, and then obviously preparing for Northampton, who play differently than obviously Colchester did. But the main thing is that the players come out of the game Saturday feeling confident.
And that was, I suppose, was a big thing as well, because with all the optimism that's come with the start of this season too, to get off to a start where, let's be honest, not losing was a good start and something to build on.
It is away from home. That's what you're looking to do, especially in your first game. Just get a point on the board starts us off. But we all know that the most important thing is what happens on the football pitch to keep everybody feeling good about the football club. And hopefully on Saturday, a win would do that.
There's been a lot of optimism around the club in the closed season. Now that we're coming up to the first home game, how are you feeling? How will you feel when you walk out on the pitch and you're going to see what's probably a very big crowd ahead of you?
Same as I always feel any game. Obviously nervous, and for a manager, the only thing that matters is the result, and that's the horrible thing about football. It doesn't matter how hard you've worked, how you've prepared. The only thing that matters on a Saturday is getting that win, and if you don't get that win, it's not a nice feeling. It's probably the worst feeling you can have. But hopefully, I have plenty of days where we're all feeling good, and there's good signs. Players have looked good pre-season. I thought spells against Colchester, we played some good football, and we defended quite well when we needed to. So hopefully, that'll stand us in good stead for the rest of the season.
If there's ever a good kind of pressure, I suppose this is to be it as well, isn't it? Because rather than people being nervous about whether or not you win, there is a little bit of expectation about what the team could achieve this year.
Yeah, I think we can feel that everybody's behind the football club. Hopefully, if the players perform on the pitch, we know that the supporters will get behind the players, because it showed last season when we were backs against the wall. The supporters, really got behind us, and that made a difference. There's nothing worse than playing and supporters getting on your back. But if you're getting encouraged, and I think they will, as long as they can see us working hard, trying to do the right things, then I think everybody feels as though they're in it together nowadays. They're now, so but we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
There's a big queue for people queuing for the Salford tickets as well, which I think shows you the kind of excitement level that people have got for ahead of either both tomorrow and this season, really.
Yeah, and probably that's not happened for a long time, to see the pictures of that, everything's great at the moment, and we want to try and keep it going.
You moved Connell Rawlinson out on this week to go to Notts County. I know you were looking. It's not, the loan deadline is not as big for you as I imagine it is for the big clubs. But where are you looking now, and have you made any progress in looking for areas and players in particular that you want to strengthen?
Yeah, I've spoken to quite a few agents. There's still players out there, and it's just a matter of trying to get the right ones. It's no use just bringing anybody in. I spoke to an agent this morning, regarding an experienced defender. So that might happen, it might not happen. But no, we just keep working hard at it, and then even when the transfer window's gone, you're still looking at players. You're still working hard at trying to improve the squad if we can. Even looking as far ahead as January. So no, it's an ongoing thing, and hopefully we can get a couple in before the transfer window closes.
You did it at Macclesfield with a relatively low budget, so I suppose a good point about this stage of the season is you have got people that you can call on and rely on who will be able to get you players if need to be.
Yeah, and I've said from day one that it's important that we're patient. If you go rushing in, then then you can make mistakes. I feel as though the players that we've got in, fitted the budget that we've got and the players that we already had signed. So, yeah, it's it's the most important thing is is the players and getting the right players into the football club.
Northampton, as you said, present a bit of a different challenge from Colchester. What are you expecting from them?
Colchester were big, but Northampton are even bigger. So I expect plenty of balls to be going in our box. They'll be dangerous at set plays. I think that's where the most dangerous is, on the set pieces, because they're a huge side. But they have got players in there who can play. Who've got a lot of experience, such as Adams, Lyons, who was here previous. So no, they're a tough team, but we've got to make sure we're tougher.
How difficult is it from their perspective of bringing in, I think it was 15 odd players and 10 played last Saturday? You've had to deal with big turnovers in the past. How difficult is it for teams to gel, particularly when they come to somewhere like this, where, as we've talked about, that the atmosphere is likely to be really big on Saturday?
It can work for you, it can work against you. I think, as football is nowadays, there are a lot of turnovers, players moving clubs, if not on a yearly basis, on a 2-yearly basis. Especially now, obviously, agents play a massive part in the game. So it's just become the norm, really, for every football club. And sometimes, players gel pretty quickly if you've got decent players in. And obviously, Northampton have spent heavily. So the quality of players for the league that we're in are good players. But hopefully they're not quite gelling just yet for Northampton.
And just finally then, as we've already talked about, big home game, first home game, new ownership as well. What is the atmosphere around the club like that you've seen from the people who the fans might not get to see on a day-to-day basis? The owners, the club staff, whatever. What's that been like this week?
I think it's from day one, since Carol and Kevin took over. Then you felt the mood of the club change instantly, and everybody's positive. We know that we might not always get it right, but everybody is in it together. We all want the same thing, and you can feel that. And when you talk to supporters, you can feel that from the supporters as well. So, no, everything. I think the club's a lot more professional now than what it was when I first joined. So throughout the football club, so that can only help.